I love this thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
It is pretty cool, I will have to say.
This is not the first time we're recording this.
No, this is a lot of takes. But today we're talking about the track Audio Overload, which is the first song off of Travel to Eternity.
Yep. A song that is, I guess, by and large, older than most of the tracks on this album, except for like Precious. There are other songs that have older parts, but like as a track entirely, this one's pretty old. We have recordings, both of us, on like the same day from like a year ago, when this was just like a chords in the chorus and a vocal melody.
It was just like a snippet of an idea
Yeah.
that we were like playing around with.
And then I wasn't going to do anything with it until I one day was up really late and I wrote like 7 songs and sent them to the titles to you and said, we're making an album. And from that point on, this kind of just took on a life of its own. And even its name kind of comes from just like something that like I said offhand in a car, and it was supposed to be a placeholder, but I can't think of it as anything else. I love that bass riff. This song it's just this very special song to me. It might be my favorite one on the album. It kind of changes.
Well, you've said a lot of times that you just love the guitar tone off of it. I mean,
So
the
good.
way we got it, it's crazy how this was the first song that we recorded for the album that we knew it was an album, and it's my favorite just sound off the album because the guitars are just so massive. I don't know how we got that.
And I don't know, man. And I think the dynamics between the different sections on the guitars is very well done. Yeah. And that guitar sound, the kind of way that the guitar and the bass kind of meld together in the verse is partly attributed to you. 'Cause, you wrote that guitar part.
Yeah.
What was the engineering like for this one?
With the engineering, it took like 2 weeks. I started off and I thought, oh, this would be easy. I mean, it's basically already mixed. And then I heard the drums isolated, and oh my gosh, the drums sounded like they were recording in like a tin pan,
Right.
which we like to joke that the first album was kind of recorded in a garbage can because a lot of it, we just had no idea what we were doing. But with this one, I definitely tried to learn how to actually mix a song. But yeah, the mixing process was basically like I took the bass and the guitars and just tried to balance everything. And I took a long time with the drums because they just needed some life, let's just say.
All 10 million guitar tracks on this song.
There's probably like 150, 170 just full-on tracks with this one.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's so much.
Wait, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you what the real number was.
Yeah, but we had this other guy mix it. His name was Curtis Garcia, and we called it the Garcia mix. But that was the B-side to a single, Hilton Rooftop in Rome.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a different vibe to the song, which I think is really cool.
That's crazy. That's crazy. This is coming out after the album.
Yeah, after the album.
Right now, today. What's today's date?
Let me look.
Check today's date, because
May 21st, 2024.
Yeah, because he mentioned Hilton. I was like, is he supposed to say that? Wow. Yeah. We're really We got this done. Yeah.
We did get this done. But this was the first song off the album. And then basically everything after this song was just like, I describe it as like you're on a roller coaster, and Audio Overload is like you just get over the peak, and it's just smooth. It's just we're coasting down the coaster from there. That's what I like.
That's smart. I just went to Busch Gardens.
You did just go to Busch Gardens.
The thing about, and I think Audio Overload, for a lot of the songs that came after it, it very much informed them. A lot of the songs on this album, and I don't think any of them feel like Overload ripoffs, but I do feel like Overload definitely set the tone for this album. And
Oh,
I
it
think
definitely did.
all of them except for Precious very much followed that tone very well.
Mm-hmm. We like to call it the eternity tone. We tried to get that. We tried to get that on a lot of different songs, and some of them did better than others. But I thought like the guitar tones of the album is just. It encapsulates the different moods of the songs, which I really like. I will say another thing about Overload is it has one of Jose's finest takes on it. Yeah. He recorded it maybe 2 tries, and he got it down pat with the second one.
Which is fitting because ultimately this song, I mean, if you look into it, it is about losing Jose. That is like a big piece of what made this song was, him exiting the band. And of course he stayed behind to record this album, but he doesn't play with us anymore. But this song, But
I like to think of it as a tribute to Jose.
Yeah.
And just for him to be drumming on his own song that's about him, I just think it's really cool.
I think of Audio Overload as a tribute to really any era or person in your life that you look at fondly on their way out the door.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it, I would say. Yeah.
I think that's a good way to end the video.